appeal to you, my Lord, for only one thing. The Ogoni people have suffered tremendously in this country. They have made tremendous contributions to this country. The Niger Delta itself is in serious trouble. We need every assistance that we can get.
In the heart of Nigeria's Niger Delta, a group of courageous men rose against environmental degradation and systemic injustice. Led by the outspoken environmentalist and writer Ken Saro-Wiwa, the group, later known as Ogoni 9, became a symbol of resistance. The members included Saturday Dobe, Nodro Ewo, Daniel Boko, Paul Levara, Felix Nwate, Barry Bobera, Barinem Kyobel, and John Pune. Accused of orchestrating the murder of 4 pro-government Ogoni chiefs, they were executed on November 10, 1995, under the regime of General Sani Abacha. The trial of the Ogoni 9 was marred by allegations of political interference, lack of due process, and coerced testimony. Human rights organizations and governments around the world denounced the proceedings as deeply flawed and unjust. Their execution triggered global outrage, resulting in Nigeria's suspension from the Commonwealth, and remains a dark chapter in the nation's human rights record. On June 12, 2025, in a historic move aimed at national reconciliation, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu granted the Ogoni 9 a full and unconditional pardon, accompanied by national honors. Ken Saro-Wiwa was posthumously awarded the Commander of the Order of the Niger, while the other 8 received the Officer of the Order of the Niger. The gesture was widely welcomed as a step toward healing and the acknowledgement of a grave miscarriage of justice. Despite the pardon, critics argue that it still implies guilt. The movement for the survival of the Ogoni people, along with the widow of Barinem Kyobel, has called for a formal exoneration, not just a pardon. They insist that only a declaration of innocence can truly honor the memory of the 9 and correct the historical record. MOSOP further emphasized the need for concrete actions to address decades of marginalization and environmental neglect faced by the Ogoni people. The fight of the Ogoni 9 has left a lasting legacy in environmental and human rights activism. Their campaign brought global attention to the destructive operations of oil companies, especially Shell, which was repeatedly accused of polluting Ogoni land. In a landmark 2021 ruling, a Dutch court ordered Shell to compensate affected farmers for oil spills that devastated their lands and livelihoods. Their sacrifice continues to inspire movements for environmental justice, indigenous rights, and corporate accountability around the world. While many in the Niger Delta have celebrated the presidential pardon as a long overdue act of justice, some activists remain cautious. They warn that the move could be a prelude to reopening oil wells in Ogoni land, raising fears of renewed environmental degradation. Activists are now calling for genuine reparations, community-driven remediation, and accountability for past wrongs.